Sunsetting is not sandbox balancing. Let me say it again. Sunsetting is not the same as sandbox balancing. Let me say it a little differently. Sunsetting should not serve as the only means of sandbox balancing. For example, Mountaintop. Old Mountaintop. Look, if you use this weapon, we all know why. You like cheesy easy. That's it, man. Just be real. I like it in PvE. It's a fantastic PvE weapon. But inside of PvP, tell me, who in the hell thought that an insta-shot grenade launcher should one-hit kill? Who? But that's not that person's fault. No. The person who conceived this weapon. We don't blame him. He's being creative. Or she. By all means, give that Bungie employee a raise. Matter of fact, a paid vacation. No, the real person who should be getting spanked is the person that said it's okay to leave Mountaintop in the state that it's in since it came to us. Now, Mountaintop has only increased in annoyance due to the fact that, well, it became easier to get, so everybody's got it now pretty much. And secondly, Trials, which we've always said it all along, no playlist in the game exposes your sandbox more than Trials. Dude, I've said that same quote since Destiny 1. Hence, another weapon that has also been exposed inside of Trials, Revoker. Oh, y'all remember this video? Yeah, aged like fine wine, as Jay would say. Yes, it did. Look, it doesn't take a genius to know that a weapon that breaks the ammo economy will become meta. Icebreaker is not the most ideal sniper rifle. Back inside of Destiny 1, I would rather take a longbow synthesis or pretty much any other sniper rifle outside of Icebreaker. But why did we choose Icebreaker inside of Trials? Because it broke the ammo economy. Sunsetting essentially places a number on each one of your weapons and armor, which is still stupid, but whatever. Places a number on it and says after a certain duration, that weapon or armor piece will not be able to be used inside of in-game activities, or at least in-game activities that require you to have high light, or at least give you some benefits to having high light. So for instance, raids, Grandmaster content, ordeals pretty much, and of course, Trials and Ironbanner. So even though Mountaintop might go away in those other playlists, it's still gonna exist in regular Crucible, which that by itself should alarm you. A weapon this annoying, this good, this cheesy should have been dealt with a long time ago. But why hasn't it been dealt with? Two terms I'm gonna give you: allocation and stretch. Allocation, like all things, you allocate your resources where you think benefits you the most. Naturally, from our perspective, quality updates, for example, the video we made just recently about social hubs, in-game LFGs, all those things, those are good quality updates. That's good stuff, man. Anti-cheat, another good quality addition to a game. Who would have thought? When you secure the integrity of your game, longevity ensues. I gotta sound like a politician out here. But these are long-term beneficial gains, right? The kind of things that you don't really see immediately outside of maybe some goodwill, which, by the way, Bungie, I will mention, goodwill is very important, especially when sales are on the line. You want me to buy your game, provide me some goodwill and good quality updates. Oh, that does that. But the allocation here lately has not been where you or I would want it to be. Hence, essentially the same Solstice event, the reissuing of weapons, the quote-unquote recycled content. Look, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying what everyone else has been saying. And now I'm hearing through the grapevine that we're going to be getting a Gambit perfected this coming up fall. Boy, I sure hope it's different than Gambit, because you're going to have an upset player base, Bungie, if all you do is bring us Gambit 2.0. You got a lot of people already angry about the recycled content. You give us Gambit 2.0, oh, we're gonna have some angry folks. Just saying. But the allocation of resources has definitely been in areas that Bungie can see immediate returns. Monetization, season passes, Eververse. Eververse gets that money. My God, Eververse be rolling in it, which outside looking in, and again, I'm not working at Bungie, so I would not know. It just appears that revenue allocation seems to be more in favor of, you guessed it, more Eververse stuff versus the good quality goodwill updates that we all need. Now, somebody came out the other day, and before we talk about the next term, which is called the stretch, somebody came by and said, man, Destiny has one of the worst communities. Everyone just complains all the time. Let me go ahead and say this real quick, and I think every developer should know this because every YouTuber also has to recognize this, and every streamer has to recognize this. It's better to have some noise than no noise at all. Oh yeah, Destiny's community, extremely vocal. Anybody heard Anthem's community? Anybody? No, I didn't think so. Don't get me wrong, I know Anthem 2.0 is coming out, and I'm not trying to kick Anthem while they're down. Who knows, man? Anthem might make a comeback. But that community got silent. Why? Because there wasn't a community. So it's better to have some noise. And even some days, it's better to have a lot of noise than the alternative. And if you have no community, you have no customers. And you have nobody buying your game and no revenue. So as toxic as people make the Destiny Destiny community out to be, which, by the way, it is not. I'm not saying there's no toxicity present in some small little couplets inside of the community, but if I had to term all of you, I'd just say you're very passionate and sexy. Oh, you sexy. You watching this video right now? You the sexiest thing alive. Which brings us to the second term, the stretch. I don't know what stretch sounds like to you, but it's not a sexy term. What you're experiencing right now is what we used to call back in Destiny 1 called the stretch. Also known as other terms, content drought, desert, wasteland, impoverished. Hence what you're experiencing right now because of the extension of the Beyond Light release. Fellas, we're in the stretch right now, meaning that no sandbox updates, no quality of life updates, no anything will probably happen from now until November. That's just the reality. I hate it, man. I want to hype you up. I want to tell you it's all going to be gravy. But we got at least 2.5 more months of me saying what Destiny 2 needs, and I will. I think just about every other week we're going to make a video about what this game needs. Why? Because I, like you, am also passionate, at least in regards to gaming. So whatever noise I end up squeezing out of my butt cheeks over the next few months, again, I say Bungie, don't take it personally. For my super hardcore Bungie does no wrong fans, you as well, don't take it too personally. Trust me, the things we say this game needs are good things, logical things, the kind of things that would make your life and my life much, much better. And right now, the thing that the Sandbox team needs to know more than anything is that sunsetting should not serve as the only means of sandbox balancing. And I know some of you might say, well, that's not the case. Really? I read TWABs every single week. Anybody see a sandbox update? No. We won't get one because Bungie is definitely handling sunsetting as an easier means of dealing with the sandbox. Instead of individually tuning Mountaintop, today, instead they're just going to wait for sunsetting to take care of it, which, by the way, again, let's just mention, Mountaintop is still going to be an issue inside of regular 6v6 Crucible. Now, there's two possible scenarios, both of which are bad scenarios if you're on the dev team. Number one, you have no idea how powerful Mountaintop really is inside of Crucible. Therefore, the understanding of its lethality is completely lost, which that in itself, by the way, is very troublesome. You don't want that. You don't want people on your dev team not having any idea what's powerful and what's not, because that means that you're aimlessly going to be making sandbox updates in the future. Hence 0.7 time to kill auto rifles. The second issue, which is honestly probably the likelier issue, is Bungie uses mega data to make decisions on sandbox. Which honestly, if that's true, this proves scenario one. You don't have to show me a bunch of mega data to tell me that Mountaintop's gross. Dude, I use it for one game. I know it's nasty. You don't have to show me a year's worth of mega data to show me that Revoker will be an issue in trials. That's a no-brainer. But Bungie does rely on mega data before they make sandbox updates. They rely on maximum levels of noise before they go, oh, maybe we should do something about this. That's a problem. The people you want balancing your sandbox needs to be players, true players. I'm not talking about me, man. Don't be saying I need to go work for Sandbox. I don't know how to dev crap. But man, one afternoon over a cup of coffee, I could tell you exactly what's wrong with the Sandbox, but so can a bunch of other people. People that invest thousands of hours into PvP can tell you exactly what's the nastiest in PvP and what the outliers are without needing things like mega data. But instead, Bungie is attempting to avoid both of those scenarios and both of those decision makings by simply giving us scenario 3. Everything's got a due date. Everything will eventually be sunset. Weapons come out lethal and unbalanced. It's okay. They're only going to be that way for a good year, year and a half. And our professional sandbox balancing will only be done to tune exotics. Although Bungie did state that exotics aren't off the table either. They could potentially get sunset in the future too. Which, by the way, pretty much spells doom for Destiny. I'm just letting you know. Your sunset exotics, goodbye. I know a lot of people are like, whoa, wait, it worked for Destiny 1. Oh, did you like getting Galahorn a second time in the same game? Good luck selling us on that again. Either way it goes, I need all of us to come to an understanding that sandbox updates still need to happen. Sandbox balancing still needs to happen. From a player's perspective at that, it's amazing. You play the game, you recognize what the outliers are extremely quickly. And something that we all need to recognize as the boogeyman in the room is the potential of sunsetting becoming the only means of sandbox balancing. Which, as bad as the sandbox may appear to be right now, it will get much, much worse. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Interested in y'all's thoughts. Again, open discussions everywhere. Really, guys, we just want what's best for the game. That's it, man. We talk about this game week in, week out. Not because we hate it. We actually love it. We see the potential. We know what this game could be, which is exactly why you guys are here watching this video. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.